Hello, I'm closing off my day 16 of my journey to alignment. Today was a really full day of going after all the details and steps I had on my list to do. I'm going to show you something here. Here's my to-do list. You can see there's 2 or 3 pages. That's just incredible to me. Lots of pages. I checked most of these tasks off this list, and now I'm going to wad it up once I'm done with this video recording and toss it in the trash. In doing my end of the day success routine tonight, I felt so successful. Even though I still had several things that I had to push over onto tomorrow's list because I didn't get them to get done today, I still got so much done that I feel like I really made a dent in my big goals and dreams. If you remember yesterday, I showed you some sheets of notes I did from the end of the day success routine because I wanted to identify the promises Croy had made on that audio, as well as those he made on the other audios that's in Croy's series. I have to tell on myself, though, as I finished taking the notes on Croy's end of the day success audio, I had taken some pretty good notes. As you can see here, let me find this. Here's that one. And there's just pages of them here, just a lot of stuff, a lot of pages. And when I looked at these pages of notes and thought about the fact that I type out my notes out from Croy's end of the day success audio on my list of to-dos, I have to tell you, I cringed. Of course, it was my thoughts that caused this emotion of mental resistance, and that emotion caused the knee-jerk reaction of cringe. And that's because I knew I wasn't quite up to, nor did I really want to, do that much typing, that much work. Hey, I'm only human, right? Anyway, as I was in the middle of that cringe moment, my two employees alerted me that they had come up with a way that I wouldn't have to invest all that time in typing out those notes or type out any other of Croy's audio's notes or Jody Moore's videos for that matter. I immediately asked myself, my two minds, those assistants of mine, okay, what the heck are you talking about? And they said, you must be getting old, Marty. Don't you remember about 5 to 6 months ago, you spent a lot of time trying to find a way you could get more than 2.5 hours of court hearing recordings for your daughter, Becca, transcribed, so she wouldn't have to do it. I couldn't believe it. Of course. Oh, my goodness. I had gone online on Google 6 months plus ago and asked Google, to find me a free transcribing program that I could use to do that for Becca. And after an hour of searching here and checking that and reading that and watching that, I discovered that Google had a free intelligent writing tool. It's at https://dictation.io/speech. It opens up a sheet. Let me tell you, I found this right here. I think this will help. It opens up a sheet. Here's the file folder that I had. It opens up a sheet. You can see it right there. That shows you and gives you the steps what to do. I couldn't believe it. There it was. And so I decided I found that file and I just typed that URL in my URL search bar, and there it was, ready for me to click the start button and then click on that play button. My Bluetooth speaker sits right next to my new speaker now, and I told you about and showed you that little round speaker right here. I showed you that in one of my earlier videos that I use for doing my video recordings, and it played Croy's end of the day success audio right into that darn speaker, and that program just started typing away. It brings up a little sheet on the screen with the cursor flashing when I hit start down at the bottom of the sheet. And that recording started. The words started showing up right on that page. It was fantastic. So I said, I remember this, but the fact is I didn't. But my two buddies did, the gatekeeper and the prosecutor, and bam! And let me show you. Here it is. I'm going to show you that. Here it is. It's all typed out. There's 3 or 4 pages of that end of the day routine. And of course I had to do the punctuation and that kind of thing. But let me tell you about, it's just so exciting. Let me tell you about another assignment that the best 2 employees to ever grace the earth did for me. Yesterday, I couldn't find the file or a really nice picture I had of Kathleen that I wanted to show you. And because I was impatient, I just decided to show you the small framed picture I had of the 2 of us together. Well, afterwards, I was feeling a little disappointed about that. And these 2 characters felt it too, that disappointment. And because feelings come from thoughts, those two assistants took it as an assignment for me to go and find that file. Even though I went with the alternative picture, I forgot to tell them to stop looking. And so after I finished my video recording, I went to bed, and by morning, once I was in the office and sat down at my computer, the thought to do a search for cell phone pic came into my conscious mind. And so I did the search, and sure enough, there was Kathleen's picture that I wanted to share with you. And here it is. Let me show you. It's so beautiful. That's the picture I wanted to show you. You can just tell. It's just an exciting thing to me that those kind of things happen. Here's another thing that happened to me today. I found Kathleen's wish list. Where's that at? Okay, it's right here, I think. Let's see. Those are the promises, wish list. Yeah, right here. Kathleen's wish list, and all there. I found that wish list, and it's just a list of a few things she wanted, so I'm adding that to my goals binder for 2020. Now, let me tell you about another experience I had. As you know, I have mentioned a couple of times the idea when I worked at my last job, and the result of that one idea making me more than $1 million over a 5-year period. Well, after this last time where I mentioned that story to you for the second time or third time, a thought came into my conscious mind right out of the blue, which said, Marty, don't you think if anyone finds this video journal on YouTube and hears you tell that story, don't you think they'd want to see proof of those checks so they know it's true and that you're an honest man? Well, I immediately got to thinking, and I thought I needed to go to my important papers file folder and pull out my files for 2011 to 12, 13, 14, and 15. 2010's pay stub wasn't there because it's stored away in a back storage, and it's just real tough to get back to, and so I didn't go do that. In addition, for some reason, the pay stub for 2015 wasn't in my 2015 file folder either, and so I can't show you that stub, but the file folder did have the actual tax return for 2015, which is the year the company closed out our department. So here's those pay stubs. Let me pull that out. And that tax return. I'm going to do this one at a time. The one piece on this one wasn't there, but I'm going to push this right up to the camera so you can see that year right there. It says $88,821. Then the next one, 2012. Let's show that highlighted yellow. See that? It says $141,531. Then the next one, 2013. Let's see that yellow one right there. It says $194,691. And then the 2014 pay stub is right there in yellow. You can see that. I'll hold that for a second. It says $431,533. And then this one here, it's right there. I'm going to hold my finger to it. I don't know if you can see that it says $240,987. So, when you add all those years of gross earnings up, including the 2015's wages, it's $1,097,563, which does include 2010's income, nor does it include a lot of additional income I had for 2014 down later on in the actual return, which put 2014's income over $438,000. Anyway, like I said, those 5 years were quite a ride, and it was all because of that $1 million idea coming into my head out of the blue. So I wanted to tell you about that. Now then, I want to share one more thing with you. If you remember, I told you about having this downstairs in a drawer. Here it is. This little thing that you hold and you put your phone right on it there. And I went and found my cord. It's about 18 inches. And what's cool is I wanted to put this charger on the little end table by the head of my bed, and that's so I can grab my phone and write down any ideas, thoughts, or notes that come to me during the night. I know I wouldn't get out of bed, I'm so tired, and go and walk into the office and turn on the light and grab a pen and notepad. And having a notepad by my head on the nightstand wouldn't fly with Kathleen either. So anyway, why I'm mentioning this to you again is because I had another mind gift. I told you that I was going to go and buy a longer cord and plug in so I can get this done today. But I had the thought, take what I did have right here and see how much longer of a cord I was going to need. Well, the cord was long enough, except it needed the right plug-in for the power, like this little one right here. I immediately had another thought that came to me instead of going to the store to go and ask Kathleen if she had or if she knew if there was a plug-in like that would work for me. So she went right to where she stores plugs, cords, and stuff like that. Who knew? And sure enough, she found this white plug-in. And so I went and tried it out, and it worked. Yay! Woo! I only mentioned this in the other examples because the truth is that once you make a decision to start bringing your goals pieces through the portal of your mind into the world of the physical, all sorts of things and ideas and thoughts combine into an alliance of sorts to help you accomplish your goal. It has been incredible. Tomorrow's power statement relates to my getting closer to achieving my new goal of earning $30,000 a month by the end of this year. And so I'm feeling a bit anxious to see how it all will pan out and how those pieces are going to come through that portal of my mind and how it unfolds. Tomorrow is the first day of that, so you want to maybe tune in to see how I started. My routines, when done together with Kathleen, my spouse, have been quite connecting, powerful, and love-generating. Disconnection signs are something we need to watch out as couples for. If we're not careful and not nip them in the bud, they'll take over and you'll get disconnected. Doing this program together is one way to eliminate that problem. After 16 days of doing, of acting on, and of putting into action practice the principles and steps I've learned, and I'm learning from listening to Croy's audios, I'm finding myself, my minds, the three minds, working to align themselves. They're all starting to work in tandem more and more each day, especially since day 1 and 2 compared to 16 days now. When I'm successful at attuning my conscious mind to the vibrational mind and to that subconscious mind vibration to my conscious mind, I often get new light, knowledge, and power, sometimes even pure knowledge, which flows into my conscious mind. Wow, I say, my goodness, this new light and understanding is truth. It's not lies. This light of truth comes with or brings with it love. It connects me to positive feelings, even powerful ideas that come into my mind out of the blue, like I've talked about, especially as I act on them. And when I do, those ideas pass through the portal of my mind, right into the world of the physical, and they become real. Whether it's a finished Airbnb room, a book that you write, $1 million idea like I had, whatever. It's just incredible. So I've learned that my subconscious mind, my inner mind, and my vibrational mind are team players. They're my assistants, like I said, my two greatest employees, and they work for me and with me 24/7. When I align to them by asking them to go out and get support material and evidence to support who I really am and who I want to become, my goals and dreams become their goals and dreams. That's interesting. They become their goals and dreams, and they're non-stop, and they go to work for me. When I act on the dreams that come back to me and I put those guys to work for me, and if you're a gal, you can put those gals to work for you, things get done. I've learned firsthand, and so I believe that the vibrational mind fills the universe and is in every living thing. I call it like I said in our first video, I call it the incomprehensible it. For those who believe in God, you can call it the Spirit of God, the light of truth. And for those who don't, then I'm going to go with what Napoleon Hill called it. It is the source of everything that's good in the universe. And men and women can connect to it. If they work at it and get that alignment, they connect into it. They can tap into it, and the law of attraction and manifestation will begin to go to work in your favor. And it's doing that in my favor. I'm just learning more and more every day. Because I had a great night's sleep last night, my start today was also great. Last night, just before going to sleep, I gave my two assistants the assignment to go and get some answers, some support material, and some evidence of possible ways that I can start earning additional income so that I can scale it up to $30,000 a month by the end of this year. Like I said already, I already know this goal is possible. I know that some people call this too big a dream and even a pipe dream, but I don't categorize it that way. The only difference between this dream and what happened for me at my last job is that I haven't yet fully identified the vehicle I'm going to use to bring this dream into the world of the physical. Or should I say, my two buddies haven't yet. Anyway, since it's the end of the day now, I want to say that the one thing is that I think will have the most impact on making the pieces of my dreams come through the portal of my mind tomorrow and into the world of the physical. For tomorrow, I think it is to take this dream that I've just laid out and wore on my sleeve and go to the movies about it and think of the ideas and thoughts that should make it happen, and then take the time to break it down into small bite-sized pieces and give my assistants the charge of finding support material and evidence to back it up that it's possible. This is going to require me coming up with a vehicle in my heart and mind that I think will help me reach this financial goal. I need to also write down the plan and the steps for achieving that plan. First is the why. Why do I want to do that? Why do I want it? And ultimately, why do I need it? Next is to then search out the how and the when I'm going to do it and when I'm going to do it. Once I put these steps or pieces down on my daily to-do list, which I have not done yet, I will receive great power in myself and the feeling that I can, in fact, do what's necessary to achieve the alignment necessary to bring this goal through the portal of my mind into the world of the physical. I absolutely know it's possible. With that said, I'm funny here thinking it's here, but it's going that way where the camera is. It's crazy. With that said, let's get to my end of the day success routine questions. First, what could I have done better today? In reflecting on this question, I have to say that I could have spent a little more time in prioritizing my list more effectively. Because it's getting longer and longer, I'm having to decide whether or not to leave some of the tasks on my daily list and move them to a list that says, when I have time or can make time to do these task lists. I'm fast getting to the point where I'm so focused on certain goals that I'm stumbling on some of the smaller, less important tasks, so that they're keeping me from adding additional really important lists to-dos in lieu of these other ones. I can't do these. I can do these later tasks, in other words. So tonight, I made a list that I can store them like a back burner list for when I have the time to do them or I make the time to do them. I know this won't hurt me or my goals if I don't get them done right away today, for example, or even this week. There are some that can wait a week or so, and this has helped me. And so that was something that I was not doing that well that I'm going to start doing much better tomorrow. How would I rate my day today in terms of the 1 to 10 score? When I consider all that I did get done today, as well as those few tasks that I didn't get to, I'm comfortable with giving my day 16 a 7. I don't think that's bad because I got some great things in bringing pieces of my dreams and goals through the portal of my mind. In fact, I'm getting better at getting rid of the chaos of my day and seeing those things coming through more easily. But like I said, I do need to get better at making my to-do list so that it's even more powerful by its pulling me to get to the list. And the decision I made today is going to help me accomplish that. Every story I shared tonight, every example I've given tonight, I saw in my mind on my Vibrational Minds movie screen, because my power statement for today was watch some more pre-play movies, especially ones of my most recent vocalized and written in stone goal of earning $30,000 a month by the end of this year. And my power statement for tomorrow is, therefore, I'll give my 2 assistants the assignment to go and gather up the idea or ideas, the thoughts, and the support material evidence of what the right vehicle is for me to bring to life the movie I saw on the screen of my vibrational mind, so I can bring this goal into the world of the physical this year. I'm grateful for that dream. I'm grateful for all the experiences I've already had in my life and for those I know that are yet to come. And all of them will confirm I have the power within me to reach this goal. I know it's possible. This next question is, what went well or what did I do well today that I brought my goals, or at least some pieces of it, I achieved throughout the day as they came from the portal of mind into the world of the physical? Well, I took quite a bit of time this morning during my mindfulness and my reading time, and like I said, I went to the movies. I then went right up to my office and looked at my long list of tasks that I showed you and reprioritized them again and rearranged the most important ones at the top, or at least what I think are the most important ones now. I say that because my view of what is important now versus what was important 2 weeks ago has changed. And so before I go to bed, let me mention some of the tasks I'm taking off my list of to-dos and putting on that back burner list. Write up some personal notes for sending to friends and family. This can wait until Saturday or Sunday. Add list of contacts and addresses, etc. to my cell phone's contact list. This can wait for when I have the time or have to do it. Sort out the files for taxes. This can wait for weekends. They don't have to be done on my daily list of to-dos and make me feel like I'm not getting it done or feeling pressure to. These are just a couple, 3 items that I'm using to make the point that there are some tasks that don't have to be on my daily list of to-dos. Some of them can wait to get done on the weekend, for example, where I can work on them. Here's a sample of a list of things that I got done today. I got the box for taxes. It's a nice lid box. I got the box of file folders for doing the taxes. I got my cell phone recharger, like I showed you, and I got it set up, and it was going to be on my bedstand as I walk out of here, along with my phone. I typed out the end of the day success routine and Croy's promises via that little program. I didn't type it, it did. I researched on how to get qualified to use affiliate links on my videos. I looked into Google and YouTube and that, so I've got a better understanding of that. I got a few things to do to qualify. I defined a pattern for doing my video journal better so that they make sense and have consistency, and even more, they have some fun things on it. I found YouTube videos that teach how to get traffic to videos and get them to subscribe to your channel. I spent quality time with Kathleen, another hour to 2 hours plus or more. Of course, there are a whole lot more to-dos that were little details, several errands I had to do, and I just plain did some busy work that I had to do today, and some of them took a big bite out of my day-to-day. But I'm getting better and better at managing my time so that I'm successful at getting my list of important to-dos done, and therefore watch more pieces of my dreams coming through the portal of the mind, through the portal of my mind into the world of the physical. Well, with that said, I'll see you tomorrow night, Friday night. And so until then, I truly do wish you continued success. And I hope your assistants wake you at 2 in the morning and give you your big idea that will rock your world. Good night. Bye.